Okay, so this is a question about bearings. We've got towns A and B on a map, and we've got a north arrow drawn at A. Now, the most important thing in a question about bearings is where you're starting from. So the word from is really key, and it's clear from this question we're starting from A. Now, when we do bearings, there are two things we need to remember. We always measure from north, and we always measure clockwise. That's really important. So we're measuring clockwise. So in this particular question, all we need to do is find the angle that is there in green. Now the key word in the question is measure, so we whip out the handy protractor and we simply measure that bearing clockwise from north, and we get 250 degrees. Now in part B of this question, we're asked about another town, C. You'll notice that we're not asked to measure anymore, but just to find. Again, we're starting from A, and the bearing from A is 125 degrees. Now because we're not doing this accurately, we don't need to measure anything, we can actually draw that line on anywhere, but we know that when we label it, it's going to be 125 degrees measured clockwise from north. What we're actually asked to do then is find the bearing of A from C, that word from again. So this time we're starting from C and we want the bearing to get us back to A again. We measure clockwise from north, so we're going to need to draw in a north arrow. Once we've drawn in that north arrow, we know that we want to measure clockwise to get us back to A. Now, before we do that, we know that those two north arrows are parallel. So we can use our parallel line formulae using the fact that co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees to show that the green angle there is 55 degrees. That means that the angle from north clockwise, shown in blue here, is going to be 360 minus that 55. That tells us that the bearing of A from C is 305 degrees.